Hey friends, how you going? I'm here to chat about masculine and feminines, divine connections, spiritual connections, higher, whatever type of those type of connections, whether you call them twin flame, soul flame, one soul connection, those connections. And there's a lot of misrepresentation out there that I just want to clear up, and I'll try and keep it short, but I really do want it impactful to share information. There's a lot of people for years and years and years that have been looping, right, in narratives and stories and things like that out there. There's a lot of people that, and that's what I want to talk about. You have to go with what you feel and what you know. Firstly, to kick it off, I'm going to talk about feeling. You know what is right for you inside, okay? You have to know, you will feel, you will know. It does not matter what's happening in the external. It doesn't matter where your partner is, if they're off with somebody else, if they're living a life with somebody else, another job, another person, another, place, wherever. It doesn't matter. It's what you know. It doesn't change the fact that they are your soul connected partner. They're your twin flame, they're your divine counterpart, they're your divine masculine or your divine feminine or whatever. It does not, it does not mean that that's not the truth. And a lot of people out there through your life that won't understand because they're not in these connections, and they might be family or friends and people around you, and they don't know, they haven't got a clue, right? They're only trying to maybe help because they don't want to see you, go through certain things. But you have to go through certain things because that's what you're here to do. The masculine and feminine, as you know, are here to break down so much. I'm not going to get into all that because if you watching this, you obviously know all that. But I'm just saying, don't get doubt. Don't come into doubt when those people surrounding you for years, and this happened years ago to me. It doesn't happen anymore, but why I'm explaining it is I still see so much of it on social media, and for newbies that are coming up, it can really be distracting because people don't know. They'll start to doubt themselves. People might say it's all in your head. People might say he's not the right one or she's not the right one, or look at him over there and look at her over there and look what they're doing. Excuse my phone's about to go flat. So don't listen to anybody else. But what I really want to get across to you is it's a feeling inside. If you're unsure, then it's probably not the right person, okay? So for me, it does not matter. I've never ever doubted that my divine masculine is my divine masculine. Have I ran from it? Yes. Have I had doubts about other things with us? Yes. But I've never ever doubted that we are one, the masculine and feminine. Now, there's a lot of others out there, well actually not a lot, there's a few out there that I have seen that are like, they know this, they're 100% in this. A lot of the originals know this, the first fruits, okay? The original 144. They know who their person is. When you meet your person, you know who it is. It doesn't matter if you've had other relationships and you can tell, oh well, that's, I mean, obviously it does help if you know that you're with someone and that's not a soulmate and then bang, but it doesn't really matter because this love, this is God's love, Creator's love, this is source love, this is divine pure love, okay? And it's gonna trigger and mirror and do all that as we know, but you just know. You won't be asking people. If you are asking people because they're off with someone else or they're doing something or they're not doing what you want them to do, well, you know that it's because you've got to do your own work, okay? You've got to do your own internal work, because the divine feminine does also lead with that, and they help the masculine go through a lot of things. And remember, we have masculine and feminine within us. So I can read energy reports about divine feminines or whatever I get myself, and I can read it about masculines, and I could be going through both. So many times I know I've taken on the divine masculines, whatever the energy is at that time. But remember, you are so close, you're so close to your divine counterpart, you hold the same consciousness, that you are going to feel what each other are going through, okay? That's just a given, okay? So just please don't let anybody try and tell you, and these are the times you really have to be stepping up now and not in that doubt. And again, whatever's happening and playing out in the material world, that's the illusion of the material world. Well, that's how it is, okay? But It does not change how you feel. Just because someone might say, or they might say to you, or have said in the past, no, I don't love you, or no, I know I'm not your partner, or you're one, or you're divine masculine, or whatever terminology they use, just because they said that, it doesn't mean they're lying. Like, you know they're lying. And that's not denial. That's not you being in denial. That's you knowing what you feel. If you don't feel the same, or if you feel the same as them, well, then they're not your one. Okay, they're not your partner. Now, for me, there's been many times where I have ran because it was easy to just believe that. It was easy to just believe, oh, well, we're not going to be together, so let's just move on, right? And every single time I've tried to do that, because I have done that many times, spirit just pulls me right back. My life will tip upside down. Shit and chaos will happen everywhere, and nothing will go right. My health will probably start to deteriorate. Lots of things happen every time I make that choice to, you know, if I make a conscious choice and go, you know what, I'm just going in this direction now, I've had enough, or whatever. And many, many times on our journey, you know, we've been on this journey for years and years and years, and many times I've felt like that, and every single time Spirit has done that to me. So this is the time the feminines have got to be strong enough to stand in their own power and know their truth, okay, and not let any external person, including their divine counterpart, tell them otherwise or lie out of someone else's fear, out of someone else's protective ego, whatever's going on, all right? Just, you must trust yourself, because it's about you. The whole thing anyway is about you coming back and finding. That's what the mirror is, of you two finding finding each other, but finding yourselves within each other by that mirror. Do you know what I mean? So you are each other's most incredible divine light to the shadow work, to your individual shadow work. And that's what's going to create you two to grow, evolve, and shift into your higher divine connection, higher divine frequency, higher divine love. You're anchoring in new earth love. Okay, it's not a piece of cake. You're anchoring in this new earth divine love. New earth love is creator source love. So when you look around the matrix at the moment and what's going on, can you imagine us just switching from that to the new love? It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time, and it's taken a long time till now, but a lot more people, yes, are waking up and anchoring that in, but we are here for our job to anchor that in. So if you're running around in doubt or listening to other people or trying to give up, and hey, I've been there. I know that I was not so much listening to other people, but I used to let people with their judgments, I'd go quiet. Because even though I knew that I was hurt by their judgments, I was hurt when they'd say something about my divine masculine, I was hurt when they'd say something about, because it was dishonoring. I know at a really, really deep core level who we are. Like, I know who we are. I know what we've come for. And I feel every moment of every day, I feel our sacred love. When somebody external shits all over that, I used to go within, and it really hurt me. It really hurt me. And I had to grow a tough skin, because that's why I would then maybe pull back from social media. I wouldn't mention it. And I think a lot of divine feminines do this. They don't mention it, and you're not sure why. And it's probably because you feel so hurt, because it's a very, very divine sacred love that not many in this world are going to understand unless they're going through it, you know. And not everybody is here to experience it, to have it, to come back and have that love and union with someone, to anchor that in. And the more we can go through our own healing and let go of control and just come into it and come back to ourselves and just let it flow and not be in that, because it can be very tricky, absolutely, and hard to navigate that. A lot of feminines, you know what I'm talking about. If your divine masculine is off, physically off, and not with you in the physical, energetically, they're always there. But it's it is tricky, it's difficult, it's hurtful, it can be painful, but you have to get through that and stand as a sovereign being on your own, and just know your truth, you know, and know from what your heart and soul is telling you. And I'm not saying I've got it all together either in my sovereignty. You know, things that I still get a little bit triggered with about sometimes, but I push forward and I stay on this path, you know, and I'm very intuitive, I have a lot of wisdom, I'm always on the ball with signs and seeing what's being told to me, what's being shown to me. But at the end of the day, it's not really external. You go in, and I feel those signs just bring me back to myself. And as soon as I go and connect, I do my breathing and I connect with my heart and soul, and I try and stay in that open-hearted space. As soon as I do that, it just all is there. So if you're not experiencing these things, then chances are that you might be running after or trying to be with somebody that is not your person. I do see there's a lot of people out there, they love the label and they try and find their twin flame or their, you know, divine counterpart, and they kind of jump on a relationship and think this is it, and it's not. I think it's a lot easier when you're not even looking. So I wasn't even looking. I didn't know anything about it. I had no clue. It was many, many years ago. And I guess that's a little bit easier because I always say that your person will show up or you'll cross paths when you least expect it. Not when you're looking or when you're trying. Okay, and a lot of people out there are always looking and trying and going to card readers or watching, you know, tarot and card readers online to see, oh, is my loved one coming, and all this sort of stuff. You're really just perpetuating that own lower frequency energy of using an external person, situation or tool to try and manifest what you want inside. But you need to go within and know that it doesn't matter either way. You know, it'll come to you when you least expect it because you're not trying. You don't have to try with this divine love, okay? You just have to be. So I could really go on a lot more about this. If you want to hear about some other things, put your comments down below. If you want to go more into the, I don't know, anything, anything really, put it down below. There's a lot of crap out there about divine connections that are steering a lot of people off path. And I kind of usually just keep to myself because I keep in my own lane because I know what it's about. But I also feel as a divine feminine, I have a responsibility to call out some of that crap and to actually say to the divine feminine, actually, like, this is how it is and you will know. And remember, it could be, there will be people around you that won't get it and they'll try and just say, move on, come on, don't worry about the person, look at him or her, look what they're over there, got a whole family, or what's going on, you know, whatever's going on. You just have to stay with yourself and what's right, what's true for you, okay, what's true for you. Because remember, you're here to live a sovereign, authentic life. And if you're going to be running too, like, remember the mirror, I won't get into that. But if you want me to actually get into that more, I used to teach and talk about that years ago, put a comment down below. And yeah, I think I got quite disheartened with all the crap over the last, I don't know, so many years that's out on YouTube and online and everything about divine connections and spiritual connections, because there's just so much indoctrination with it all. And I think I just, you know, like, oh, whatever, you know, there's just too much crap, I'm not going to talk about it. But maybe that's not the right way. Maybe we really need to start being more, you know, helping people to know the truth and to know what it really is all about. Okay, so if you want some more info or some more videos on this, yeah, put a comment down below. All right, guys, take care. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.